This is hockey. These
Yeah, it's a little bit different for us because obviously 2 weeks after the World Cup we obviously moved to the Asian Games qualifier, so LA qualifier. So yeah, it's going to be a bigger squad for a little bit longer because we need to have that availability, but also get closer and closer to selection for a World Cup, and then transition straight away to another tournament with maybe 1 or 2 more faces. So no, it's not an easy challenge, but it is what it is. And yeah, we've got some good plans in place, and I think hopefully it works out.
India-Pakistan is always a big clash in any sport. What words do you give the team to help them manage the emotions?
Yeah, I think like play the game, not the occasion, is always one that comes to mind, because it is exactly that. I mean, like you sit in the past, you're in trouble. You sit in the present, and you're also in trouble. So at the same time, it's each phase as it goes, 5 minutes at a time, especially with these two teams, because both teams can create something from nothing quite quickly, and then it doesn't matter what you've said. You know, it's the next play that's the most important.
Good luck today.
Thank you very much.
It is, as Craig Fulton said, about playing the now, not playing the occasion, playing what's in front of India from his point of view. Coach Junaid, who's doing the talking for Pakistan here in London, also giving his point of view, and let's hear it from the green shirts coach. Junaid, this week you've shown how Pakistan have played at times at their best in this Pro League. What is the philosophy of your team for constant improvement?
Last 2 decades we were out of the top hockey, and we were trying our best to bring back at the top level. So when we started in Argentina and Australia and then Belgium, we have observed the gaps between the top teams and our team. So we were focused on that, and particularly the last couple of games in Belgium and the initial game in London, the boys they tried their best to, improve their consistency in the zones, and that is a real, improvement in our group.
Junaid, today with India, how do your team control the emotions and play the way that Pakistan want to play?
Yeah, you said very rightly. In these two countries, the players always, in the past did emotional mistakes and forced errors. So we'll try our best to keep the emotion in control and play hockey with a cool head.
Good luck today.
Thank you very much.
And it has been hockey with a cool head. The other day in this fixture, it was hockey with a cool head. Great to see a warm handshake between Abu Bakr and Harmanpreet. Two countries who sit 8th and 9th in the Pro League table. For Pakistan, they've been looking for that win. For India, I think it's a slightly unrealistic position, not in terms of where they sit in the season, because obviously that is what has been and gone, but in terms of what, as Craig Fulton said, they're building towards, which is an attempt on the World Cup in Amstelveen for their pool fixtures, and then onwards to Wavre, where the men's final will take place. Will India be there? Who knows? Pakistan qualified from Ismailia in Egypt as they lost to England in the final there 4-1. They've built through this season in the FIH Pro League. They've improved and developed. They go to the World Cup and then on to the Asian Games, where the LA 2028 golden ticket to the Olympics awaits the winner. Pakistan will go there looking to unsettle as many as they can with the improvements taken from this experience. To date, they start again with a very highly talented Ali Raza in goal. He takes to the pitch there. The likes of Zikria have stood out this week for me, and also, of course, the captain, Abu Bakr Mahmood. Goals this week have come from the likes of Ahmad Nadeem, Wahid Ashraf, Rana too. both with the bandanas on, wheeling away in delight to score for Pakistan in 2 different matches. Harmanpreet is a smiling figure as he takes to the floor for the boys in blue, who are in white and orange, as Dilpreet, who used his stick so electrically yesterday, loses it to the mascot today with a smile. Hardik just before him. Manpreet with over 400 caps lines up as well. Jagraj and Vivek, 2 very different statures of player, 2 very different skill sets. And Sanjay, who has the quality from the top of the circle. Rajinder does too as he walks out alongside. How much will India need from the top of the circle today? The Suraj, and just prior to him, Mohit, line up in goal for India. Yesterday, Dilpreet's goal scoring was something sensational. Now we'll have the national anthems of the 2 teams. Ready for another chapter of history between India and Pakistan. A warm welcome between the 2 arch rivals as the fans settle in as much shade as they can grab. Mohit starts in goal, an outstanding goalkeeper in the Hockey India League. Harmanpreet returns, Sanjay, Harmanpreet, and Sumit in a 4-3-3. In the midfield, India, as always, have quality. Manpreet, Hardik and Rajinder Singh, who even strengthens the best midfield. Abhishek, Mandeep and Dilpreet, who scored 2 sublime goals of a very different nature yesterday against England. Rajkumar Pal returns, Jagraj, Vivek, Sukhjit, Yashdeep, Suraj Karkira and Amandeep Lakra. Excuse me, Sheelanand Lakra, not Amandeep Lakra, I apologise. And then for Pakistan, Ali Raza has been exceptional this week. Nikrat, Abu Bakr, Abdullah and Manan, who has been beaten up at times across the week. Poor Abdul Manan. Siklir, Shakil in the midfield of 3. And then Rana, Nadeem, who have both scored here this week, and Hamaduddin. Ahmad Nadeem opened the scoring against Pakistan the other day. The likes of Waqar on the bench. Also, look out for the number 35, Mohammed Ahmad. He's played well this week. And Aflaz, who will come on up front and try and stretch the game, I've no doubt, for Team Pakistan. Mohit takes the mask off for a moment of respite from the London heat. Mansour Ul Hassan, who is an Olympic medalist, is the coach of this team for Pakistan at the moment. Craig Fulton is the one in charge of the tiller for Team India. Ali Raza, for me, has been the outstanding goalkeeper of the week, and that is no small compliment, because there are a sensational number of very highly talented goalkeepers here in London. The second game in quick succession in the derby to end all derbies in hockey, in the orange and white with the orange socks, Team India in their change strip, the green shirts, the white shorts and green socks of Team Pakistan. My name's Dan Strange, and alongside me with 36 England caps and 19 Great Britain caps to Emily Defront. Now, Emily, we know it's going to be a tense game. We know the rivalry, we know the history. How do you think this one will unravel on the pitch, and who do you think will have the early advantage as Sumit plays the ball down the line?
Good evening, everyone. Pleasure to be joining you for this one, Dan. I'm so excited to be here watching it in person, and I guess you touched upon it. It's a last few years to get to the Pro League status, but India today, they want to build off of the game on Tuesday, and what a great start to the game so far.
Rajinder Magali Sargent signals a second penalty corner. India yesterday against England in that 2-2 draw only had 3, not counting the Rhea awards, so they are 1 plus a Rhea award already. Rajinder it is again, powerful, wide, hitting hard into the advertising hoardings that almost mimic the sound of the backboard, and oohs and ahs from the crowd.
Yeah, good start. I think India will be pleased to get a couple of short corners. I'm sure they would have been a little bit disappointed not to hit the target there, but the speed of the injection, the quality of the trap, they'll be delighted with that start.
In a moment of pain for the Pakistani player over on the left-hand side. Finds his way back up to his feet, does our India look happy to drop very deep indeed into almost a 4-4-2 with Sheila Nand as the drop forward. Abhishek made to do the work. Abdul Rahman. Abu Bakr, Emily, will be a huge player for Pakistan in terms of their tempo, and I don't just mean their pace forward, but also the times when they slam the brakes on today.
Absolutely, and you can see here India are happy to set off as well and go into a deeper defensive block, and actually having that tempo and players that can dictate play from the back line will be hugely important for Pakistan throughout the game today.
Jagraj, he's a game winner. Player from Atari in India. Plays for the Shah Bengal Tigers. Made his debut against France back in 2022. Yashdeep steps across with no one near him. The nearest was Vivek. Yashdeep plays it on his 33rd cap all the way across to Jagraj. Come to Yashdeep once more. It's a good run of games this season for Team India, and played in the Sultan of Johor in 2025. For a long time, Emily.
Yeah, Rahman's not overly happy with that tackle, but going back to the passage of play beforehand, you could see India were very happy with dictating the tempo from their own half, but actually what I can see is the movement up in the final third. You had rotations within the midfield and the attack, and actually India can use that platform to their advantage in creating space for each other and finding the gaps through the Pakistan press.
Magali Sarjan there was dealing with Abdul Rahman. When he got fouled, he basically got up and aired his displeasure. That said, a couple of things. One, Magali Sarjan dealt with it brilliantly and really stamped her authority on the game. And this is the sort of game that every game you have to stamp your authority on, but India-Pakistan very much so. And secondly, Abdul Rahman, I will just say, I think actually a lot of the frustration was pain because he'd been wiped out, and it does hurt when you fall on a hockey pitch, doesn't it?
It's flattened. Momentum was going forwards. I'm sure it would have hurt the fall, but...
Yashti down the line, lovely turn by Sukhjit. Now Sukhjit with 3 players coming across to him. He tries to clip it inside. Ali Raza Park clears, and away comes Gazanfar. Dilpreet and Mandeep were the 2 players up inside the circle for Team India, as forward again comes Mohammed Ahmad. It was a nice ball from Ahmed Nadeem down the line, but a difficult bounce in the end.
Yeah, right idea. You could see what they're trying to do, try and create that 2v1 scenario on the edge of the D. I don't know about you, Dan, but the opening 10 minutes of this game certainly hasn't disappointed, and the energy is pretty impressive from the outset. But now the challenge, obviously, for both teams is to make sure that they maintain that.
I actually think it's a better game
than
the first game at the moment. Mandeep picks it, passes it. India are looking promising inside the circle. Rajinder with this skill and flair and ability. Mandeep could do anything inside the circle, and what does he do? He puts it on the foot, and the Indian fans go wild as the Pakistani fans huff and humph as their team has to face another penalty corner against India.
Yeah, brilliant from India there. You can see that they had multiple layers in their attacking D, so that means that they had different options for the flick passes behind both shoulders, right and left shoulders, and ultimately a well-won penalty corner. And when you've got the threats that India do in the attacking corner, that will definitely provide a good platform for what's to come.
Jagraj, Dilpreet's left-hand side, Harmanpreet's up there too. It will be Harmanpreet, and that is superbly chased down. Vivek nearly got on the end of it. We've seen him. And a swing and a miss for Pakistan. Vivek takes it away. Cross in. Ali Raza dives down the ball. Ricochets away off a Pakistani stick. This game at the moment is just so tense but high quality.
It hasn't disappointed, has it? It's exactly what we hoped for. We've been speaking about this fixture all week, me and Dan. And yeah, both teams are definitely bringing a lot of energy, bringing their A game, and looking forward to what's to come.
When you add it into the Pool D dynamic, which I've nicknamed the Pool of Derbies because it's England, Wales and India and Pakistan, and on commentary the other day someone was asking me whether England and Wales lives up to the same sort of rivalry, and I had to, with no offence to England and Wales, let the person down rather gently that India-Pakistan has a bit more of a fierce history in the world of hockey. There's the dive, and out it goes off the stick of Mohammed Ahmad. But jokes aside, it is a pool of derbies, and this essentially is a chance for both these teams, probably for India to work out how to really get control of how they go about their business with Pakistan, but for Pakistan to try and work out a way to really upset the way that India play. Mandeep takes it down inside the circle, actually takes it away from the circle, then spins onto his forehand, finds his way onto the baseline. Ali Raza again stops the ball. Manpreet was looking for the shot. It's put under the shoulder and brought away calmly by Walid Rana.
Yeah, back to the group of derbies. I like that title, Dan. I don't know about you, I'm sure many people, when they saw that draw made for the World Cup, it's juicy, it's everything what a neutral hockey fan would love to see. And actually, as you say, these Pro League games, although they're hugely important, don't get me wrong, but ultimately the tactical tweaks that you can use within these games to try and work out your opponents ahead of, obviously, a hugely important World Cup this summer.
Pakistan get dispossessed. Offload. And a long corner given. Abhishek it was with the Ball just under the arm. Hardik. Stick tackle and then the foot. In fact, the foot given. Pakistan take it from where it wasn't given. Ahmad, it was. In fact, it's not just a ball of derby, it's going to be a day of derbies.
Absolutely.
Because England and Wales play each other, and I think it's just before the Pakistan-India game. Aerial ball into Sanjay. Goes his way as Wahid Ashraf Rana has to back off. Now Manpreet. Achieved so much in the game, but as so many players do as well. Of course, with the family in the background. Ball across, hacks up in the air, and danger. As Dilpreet ducked down. And poor Arshad has worn this on the hand.
That's got hurt. I think Mandeep's reverse stick effort, he left nothing else in that shot. It absolutely fizzed off his stick, and I'm sure that really hurt.
What do you want to do?
Kumvan Bunga is just making sure that the player is actually okay.
Yeah.
I think the answer to "Are you okay?" is no, not really. Are you brave? Yes, very much.
Massive respect there. Just, you know, glove back on and straight back into the action.
Arshad on his 74th appearance for Pakistan, plays for the Tiger Club. Over it goes to Nadeem Khan. Battling for the ball, as he always does, is Manpreet. I was saying about Manpreet, of course, family at home, couple of kids, wife, going to be so proud by what he's achieved so recently. And Marine plays the ball, and the drive on by Ghazanfar. Ghazanfar takes up two players' attentions for India. Sanjay dives in, and Pakistan, I think there may have wanted a penalty corner, because Sanjay went diving in, hadn't retreated. Wahid Ashraf Rana is doing the talking. Magali Sargent will now have a conversation up in the video booth.
Yes,
Yeah,
Magali.
but not, yeah, it's okay, but no change.
Wait,
No, it's okay.
Kuhn? Wait, I cannot hear you. Can you please repeat? Kuhn.
You can't hear anything?
Yes, yeah, no, I can hear you. Just Kuhn needs to stop talking.
Poor coach.
Okay. So my decision was just to put it outside, and they are asking for no 5 meters and then a piece.
Okay, I'll check for no 5 meters of the Indian defense.
Yeah.
Magali Sargent gets the message to Sophie Bockelman, who
on Paramount Plus.
Here is whether Sanjay retreated the full 5 meters. Pakistan were very adamant with the confidence of their referral, so I think it's a big call to make.
the difficulty as well is Manpreet doesn't...
Magali,
Yep.
I have advice for you. It was not 5 meters. You can award a penalty corner, and they keep their referral.
Okay.
Pakistan have their first penalty corner. Abu Bakr will no doubt be licking his lips at the prospect of trying to get a drag flick off on goal. Mohit is going through the motions of a right foot save on the offset, which means he basically steps slightly to the right, as most goalkeepers do, allowing their post player to take control of the left post. 2:16 left in the first, Emily. For Pakistan, this would be a huge goal in terms of how this quarter's gone, because India will probably have more possession. But Pakistan relying a little bit on counter-attacking, but that can work. Abu Bakr it is, and it is a goal, and Pakistan are into the lead again. Abu Bakr with a low, powerful flick. And it's 1-0 Pakistan.
I mean, I feel like you took that into existence there, Dan. Abu Bakr, he caught that unbelievably well. I mean, I must give credit as well. The injection was incredible, right out to the top of the D. The trap was as dead as you can ask for, and then when you've got a player of that quality, that's really difficult for the goalkeeper to save. 1-0 Pakistan.
He had 4 goals in his first 3 international matches. The flicker from Faisalabad. And Abu Bakr has scored again here, the captain. A team missing some big players like Zahanan Shahid out with a hamstring injury. But not here. And Sufyan Khan, who's had a good season in the Pro League. But Pakistan, for the second time this week, find themselves ahead against India.
And when you don't have players like Khan here, it's always good, for, especially for a coach, to see other players stepping up when it matters, and penalty corners are so important.
Jarmanpreet, such a big game player himself, tries to drag the power across. Pakistan also took the lead against England here. They are a team that are starting well. Every game they've played here in London. England play Pakistan here tomorrow. India play England on Super Sunday in the FIH Pro League. As Yashdeep fails to take that one down, and India just making unforced errors as they chase an equaliser with 45 seconds left to play. Sanjay sends it forward, the turnout from Vivek. Jarmanpreet's power is met by 3 green shirts, and Pakistan race away once more. Moin Shakil, a wily player in the centre of midfield. On to Walid Rana. Very deep sits Mohammed Abdullah. Excuse me, sits Abdul Manan. An electrifying opening 15 minutes. And right at the end of it, it was a penalty corner for Pakistan. Abu Bakr Mahmood made it count past Mohit. And these 2 great rivals. This with the Argentinian women earlier a little bit as the skills sessions going on in the stands. We saw it a little bit with Argentina women failing to just connect the dots inside the final third. But what I would say about Pakistan's defence today is they're just getting those little touches in which legally break down India's play. Yeah, I've noticed, definitely. There's definitely been a shift into their defensive display today. They're working as more of a unit. They're working in pairs. They're trying to make it very, very difficult for India. And in times where they can, they're trying to get outside of the D and defend outside of the D. But, I mean, on the flip side, what I like about the way India are attacking, granted the connections haven't paid off at times, but they're definitely getting more players in and around the attacking D. And we see it a couple of times where they're looking for the little flips over each shoulder and using those layers within the attacking D. Fahad Javed there, the physio, just rushing off to get something for his team. It's amazing. My first India-Pakistan match. Amazing. Says there. It's your first commentator, isn't it? It is, and I mean, I said this to you before the game, Dan. It is an absolute honour to be commentating on this game. You know, it brings so much prestige and tradition and history within our game, within our sport. They are 2 giants of hockey, and you know, the rivalry's had its golden era in years gone by when they're competing for the Olympic Games, World Championships. But now, as I said, India, they've performed so well in recent years. Obviously, the Olympic medalists, and on the flip side, Pakistan obviously being in the Pro League for the first time. It's great to see, and long may it continue. Bumped into Tahir Zaman. Stadium earlier on. Former head coach of the team, now the observer. captain at the Olympic Games in 1992, Zaman, for Pakistan. Of course, played a key role as well in the gold medal victory at the 1994 Hockey World Cup in Sydney. And he was delighted to be at such an occasion as we get back underway. And Hardik and India drive forward once more. They are currently 1-0 behind in the orange and white. Pakistan in the green and white. And Hardik breaks the line and wins the free hit. And a long, loud whistle for Ahmed Nadeem, who needs to probably, Emily, now be cautious as Sumit looks on. Lovely steal. A drive ahead. And the bouncing ball was looking for Rana, but instead it found the very able stick of Sanjay, who I don't think meant to pass it back to Suraj Karkira, who's come into goal, but Karkira steps out with a nonchalance and just pats it.
Deep defensive block from Pakistan, and actually now it's actually India being comfortable on the ball. Let's keep the ball for a passage of play. Find those gaps.
Moving it on. Assume it's down on the right-hand side. Vivek with the aerial ball. Long, high aerial ball. Not taken down as well as was wanted. Yashdeep bouncing. Yashdeep Suach. So inspired by his international mother. Of course, was a coach as well in academy. Picked up edge of the circle, but again Hardik is there, and Rana is just turned one way and the other in the possession of the ball for the excellent Hardik. His power, so obvious to see that the level of the pace of the ball, superb. Dilpreet then wanted a penalty corner. The ball just ricocheting around inside the circle. And Pakistan put a stick on it. Mohammed Abdullah with a real composure as the fans continue to trickle in. As the time's just gone past 6:30 p.m, the end of the working week in London, and the fans are ready for some fabulous entertainment. Drive down the line by Hamaduddin. Again, India defensively strong.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the image, didn't we, at quarter time, of someone holding up a sheet in the stand that this is their first game. And actually, for someone that is a hockey lover, it fills me with real pride and excitement that people are turning up and being able to see this spectacle in London today. India, Pakistan, so much quality on show, so much athleticism.
Abhi Bakar has to sag deep, and now Dilpreet goes to have a look, and he easily finds Abdul Manan, who stood out for me for his bravery this week in a Pakistani shirt. Gazamfar Ali pops it back into the backspace and lifts it across, and that's really hurt the player on the ground. It came off Sumit, and I hope they're okay. All the players are worried. It's Ahmed Nadeem on the floor. Gazamfar actually came up off the Indian player's foot, and there is clear concern from Sumit, from Harmanpreet, from the Pakistani players, and we hope. Let's hit it. Oh, no. No, do not. So the players here will just regroup. There's going to be a delay here, Emily, because that is a really sad injury to Ahmed Nadeem, and they are giving him treatment on the pitch. I think here he's been hit in the face, and for obvious reasons there is no need to invade his privacy. And the player who is nearing 50 caps would have made 49 caps if he played on Saturday against England. Made his debut against the Japanese, and the doctors are clearly very concerned here.
Yeah, go, of course. Whatever is needed, go for it.
Oh, memories sadly here of a player who of course injured himself on this very ground, Sam Ward. I really hope, and hockey hopes and sends its best wishes, that Ahmad Nadeem has not had as severe an injury here. But Emily, it didn't look good, and it was a real shame because it was actually a nice ball from Gazanfar. It clipped up. I wasn't sure if it was foot or shin guard of the Indian player, given as dangerous, but then into the Pakistani player's face. Nothing that could have been done.
No.
A complete freak accident in the sport, and the best care being given.
Absolutely, you can't ask for much more, can you? The most important thing right now is Ahmad Nadeem is getting the level of care that he needs and deserves. I mean, the ball across was hit so cleanly and so ferociously that it really did fly once it got that little nick and that little deflection. But as we've already said, Dan, the most important thing is that Nadeem is okay, and we wish him the very best.
He's been taken off in a wheelchair with heavy strapping on his head and face. And the good news, although looking at where he is holding, is at least he's being taken off relatively quickly by the paramedics, but clearly in a controlled manner.
Yeah, he's sitting upright. Teammates obviously giving him a bit of a high five, but yeah, wish him well.
It's so difficult when that happens, because we talk of the energy and the emotion and what the game means and all these things, and actually it really means nothing when things like that happen, as India come forward again. And I mean that with every bit of respect. Obviously, everyone's safety on a hockey pitch is absolutely paramount. Luckily, Ahmed Nadeem leaves safely, albeit in a wheelchair. Jarmanpreet on the left, on the right-hand side for India. Hardik turns. Ball into the circle is a gorgeous one. Mandeep wins a penalty corner, and India respond rapidly up the other end. They are currently 1-0 down here.
Yeah, brilliant play there by India, really well worked passage of play. I actually watched India in their warm-up do something very, very similar with a long ball into the D, a strong, solid post-up, and a well-worked attacking passage of play to win them a penalty corner. And we know what a threat they have, multiple threats off the top India have from penalty corners.
Harmanpreet and Jagraj. Double-loaded India again. Harmanpreet it will be. Oh, that is gorgeous! And an amazing deflection from Sukhjit on the reverse stick. And India smile because they've been clinical at the other end. And they've responded to Abu Bakar's opening goal with a Harmanpreet to Sukhjit deflection.
That is India's penalty corner attack at its very finest, Dan. The injection, spot on. The trap, absolute perfection. The delivery, pinpoint, and what a glorious touch that is. He's made that look very, very easy. Just the angle of the stick lifts the ball over the goalkeeper's pads. Game on, 1-0.
41 goals now in international hockey for the player. Connected to the Punjab National Bank. And Sukhjit then goes in with a feisty tackle of his own. Scoring against the Netherlands recently in that quality tour for India in the leg before of the Pro League. Jarmanpreet just gave a proper nudge in the back there, knowing full well he was in the space. I'm not sure the umpire would have liked it had they seen that, though. Harmanpreet starts. Well, I tell you what, it's